in the investment world, most people are showing you, here's a fish. I'm showing people how to fish through education so they can go off and do this on any type of investment, be it stock, be it real estate, be it crypto, for the rest of their lives.
What's going on YouTube? AlphaProMega here, and I'm very excited to introduce you to my brand new show, AlphaProMega. AlphaProMega is going to focus on interviewing entrepreneurs who have successfully navigated the difficult terrain of entrepreneurship to bring you the answers to your questions and help you along the way by educating you on how to succeed in the world of entrepreneurship around the globe. Stay tuned. What's going on YouTube? AlphaProMega here, and I'm very excited to interview Brian Bogaert of NLS Coaching, where you can learn more about finance, real estate, and a whole other spectrum of other things. We're going to be discussing blockchain, we're going to be discussing finance, real estate, and much more to help you on your entrepreneurial adventure. When you first decided to do this, did you have a plan, and what were you thinking really?
Quite honestly, no, not a formal plan. When I first got into this, it was because of someone I knew, someone I was sitting beside at work. I found out that they were doing something, and it looked like a path out of the corporate world. I think people would be interested in learning about real estate investing, and that's exactly what we did. Now, since then, him and I, that company separated. He went out west, I came out east, and then I've started my own coaching company since then.
From the point you launched it until you sort of bought it back from him or took full control, how many years was that?
It was about 4 years.
4 years, impressive. And in those 4 years, if you don't mind me asking, like how many figures did you guys manage to successfully?
So we, when we started out, we wanted to do 100 units with partners, so 100 real estate units. We wound up doing 25, sometimes it doesn't go, but at the time we were living in Calgary and the marketplace did better than we imagined. Those 25 units did better than what we had projected for 100. So I think at our height, when we had 25 units, that was probably around 12 buildings, let's say $500,000 per building. So we were somewhere in the neighborhood of about $6 million in assets, and each one of those producing somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 to $600 a month in cash flow.
Wow.
I know that I get a lot of feedback about, oh, it's so nice to finally meet someone that I can just have a conversation with. Yeah. You're objective. I don't think you're trying to sell me something. And there's that inherent trust. And that is winning people over for wanting to work with me. Well, that's exactly what I see when it comes to the blockchain. People are tired of that, well, how am I being manipulated for your gain? Right? You see all these commercials on TV with the banks and that the person is always dancing on the beach after retirement, but it's the banks that are making all the money,
That's
not
true.
the actual individual people.
It is,
right?
Yeah.
So I think people are tired of that. I think that's why the blockchain is taking off as quickly as it is, because people are looking for an alternative
Absolutely.
Where they know that trust is built inherently into the system.
I couldn't agree more.
Now, how is that going to impact my business? Well, I'm still about education. So in this case, it becomes maybe educating people about how to evaluate blockchain or crypto investments, right? How do you know which are the good ones? Ultimately, what I'm showing people to do is, what is a process that you can use regardless of what investment it is, every single time, step by step, paint by numbers, that's going to show you, does this investment align with the goals you're trying to achieve? Is it a good, sound investment? And are the people that you're partnering with actually in integrity?
Yeah.
So will that apply to crypto investments? Absolutely.
Of course.
And the blockchain, just by that being that instant trust, I think it's going to remove a lot of the chances of shadiness that we see in investments today, right?
One of my good friends asked me, he's like, I've been saving cash. I don't know what to do with it. Do you think I should buy stocks? Do you buy stocks? And I said, of course not. Why would I buy stocks? This is super risky.
Yeah.
It's completely rigged by a plunge protection team that was put in place by President Clinton, I believe, in the 90s. And it goes in every time, like it plummets by like 4,000 points, it gets like pushed back up like 3,000 points within hours, and you're like,
the emotional roller coaster, right?
is this even real?
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah.
much of it, like, should I even participate in this when I can't even foresee the future because it
Yeah.
seems rigged?
And none of the the professionals, the experts, none of them are either. Warren Buffett is a great. I love to quote him. Do you know what his number one rule for investing is?
Invest in only what you know or something? Yeah.
That's one of his rules, but it's not his number one rule.
Number one.
His number one rule is never lose money.
Yeah, that's a good one.
His number two rule is see rule number one.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you know that there are mechanisms when you purchase a stock so that you won't lose your original capital? Did you know that?
Are you talking about having a limit where it automatically sells if it drops?
Exactly. It's called a stop.
Yes.
Okay. So when was the last time a financial advisor had a chat with you and educated you about that was an option when you purchased stocks?
Never.
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 But if that's Warren Buffett, the richest investor, the most successful investor in history, if that's his number one rule, shouldn't that be the first thing when you go to your bank and sit down across from your advisor? Shouldn't that be the first thing that they teach you?
Yeah.
And if you're in the mutual fund world, which the vast majority of Canadians are, there actually is no stop mechanism in that.
Yeah.
So there is no way to protect your capital going
true.
in. And in my own business, what I say to people is, in the investment world, most people are showing you, here's a fish.
Yeah.
I'm showing people how to fish
That's
through
right.
education so they can go off and do this on any type of investment, be it stock, be it real estate, be it crypto, for the rest of their lives.
Thank you guys for joining us today. I had a phenomenal time interviewing Brian, and I couldn't be more happy to have him as a guest for us at AlphaProMega. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Stay blessed. If you enjoyed the show and if you took away anything of value from it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications and tune in every time that we produce a new video for your enjoyment pleasure. Cheers.